Hey, what's up, guys? Hopefully your Monday's off to an excellent start and you had a wonderful weekend. We're going to fly solo through this, and we're going to go quickly today because I got to get my kids back on homeschooling as they are home for the day. Uh, Virtual schooling, I guess, is a better word. So we're going to be quick on this one. All right, guys, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Today's show is brought to you by our good friends over at Jazz Sports. That is www.jazzsports.ag. Promotional code 5PACK. You sign up, you make an initial deposit, you get a free membership to the DFS 5-pack. You get all the free play that goes along with it. They got same-day payouts, been in business for over 20 years. Once again, this is Jazz Sportsbook, and the name of the promo code is 5PACK, guys. And again, we'll continue the same promotion this week. It's an annual membership for only $150. All three sports for a full calendar year. Pay through the website, get a $50 reimbursement. Otherwise, use the Venmo or PayPal addresses below. One-time payment, $150 gets you 365 days of baseball, basketball, football, and videos. You get everything that goes along with it. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. Let's start with the cash game locks for the day. Let's look at my Milwaukee Bucks. I got Drew Holiday rocking the cover today, but this is a combo deal right here, guys. Start your lineups with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. Giannis is all but ruled out, kind of a bit of a cautionary game right here where they just want to not put too much pressure on the knee. He's going to be just fine. But with no Giannis, guys, we've all seen this playbook before. That opens up an insane amount of usage, shots, passes, rebounds, you name it. It's all there for the taking. And the big two who are going to take that are Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. Very formidable NBA players. Going to be crazy chalk today for all the obvious reasons. Get those guys in your lineup, especially your cash game lineups, but they're really good GPP plays too. Next up, let's move over to Matt's GPP play of the day. Let's talk about a guy named John Wall, who is just way too cheap at only 7,100. We got two teams that are fading faster than that picture in the movie Back to the Future right now in the Toronto Raptors and Houston Rockets. Have lost a combined 7,000 straight games between the two of them. If Wall plays today, because it is possible they won't play him on the tail end of a back-to-back, start looking at Depot and Kevin Porter. If both Depot and Wall are out, Kevin Porter is going to be a lock of locks. Look for some news out of Houston, but if everybody runs today, just get John Wall back in your lineup at 7,100. He's just way too cheap at this price tag. He should be more like an 8K guy. I can't believe how low owned I had him in the early slate yesterday. He was only like 5%. He played okay, still ran into like 45 points. At 7,100, you're absolutely going to want him back in this spot. This is actually a winnable game for Houston. And so expect them to play like they need to win this game. 20 in a row is a lot. They're going to play hard today. And if Wall's out, then pivot over to the other guards. Next up, speaking of guards, sucks balls about Ball because we were all really enjoyed watching LaMelo play. He is now out for what appears to be the season with a fractured wrist, which kind of just sucks for all of us NBA fans. It is what it is. We lost LeBron. We lost LaMelo. We haven't had Klay Thompson all year. We all know there's a bunch of injuries, but the benefactor right here is most likely Devontae Graham. Look for him to be massive, massive chalk today at only 4,800. This is a guy who was 8K in this role last year. Decent spot against the Spurs. You know, I think Graham might be one of the only people actually happy to see LaMelo Ball out there because he's probably looking and excited to get a few more minutes back on the court. The shooting guard eligibility is big time right here. He's a good NBA player too. So this is big for him. This is a guy who will probably be 6,500 or 7K here in a couple of weeks. So get him tonight, big chalk. If you want to fade him, do it in GPPs because he's going to be highly owned for all the obvious reasons. Next up, let's talk about long shots of the day. Check out double M right here. Marcus Morris Sr. of the Clippers, small forward, power forward eligibility, only 5K today. He's getting slept on because there's so much value, but there's still no Serge Ibaka, which means his minutes are even safer. He's been awesome since being inserted in the starting lineup. 2 big 30-plus point games in his first 2. Then he lost because the Clippers won by 400 last game. He had foul trouble, and the blowout run cost him like 10 minutes. I think he still had like 22 DK points. I think he's in a sneaky spot here to give you another 30-point performance in a good matchup with the Atlanta Hawks, and you're going to get him at single-digit ownership today because all the ownership is moving over to Milwaukee, for example. All right, last up, other long shot for the day. I told you we'd go quickly today. We got Grayson Allen, Matt's long shot of the day of the Memphis Grizzlies. With all these guards in premier spots, he'll easily be in the single digits today. Shooting it with confidence right now. See that game log. I think he's got like 3+ games in his last 4. Boston on the tail end of a back-to-back with travel. Check it out. You're going to get him at really, really low ownership. Maybe this is like an odd pivot off of like a Drew Holiday or a Devontae Graham. Those guys are both better plays on paper, but what if the Bucks get their butts kicked today or blow out the Pacers on the tail end of a back-to-back? And Drew only, meanders into 35, but you get 27 out of Grayson Allen for, a little more than half the price tag. So there's a million reasons you might want to try to get different today. This is an ownership play for a guy who, would be a decent play if it wasn't for the fact that we were loaded at the guard position. So these are listed under long shots. Allen's not a long shot to play well. He's just a long shot, based on what his ownership is going to be to outperform the other players who are going to be significantly higher on. So that's what we got for today, guys. We appreciate y'all watching. We will hit you with a sports betting video later. Got a couple of plays that we like between the two of us. Talk to you guys this afternoon. Have a great rest of your Monday and see you in the near future.